everyone! Welcome again to Portia at Home. First of all, I want to thank you to all those who viewed and sent their comments on our clam chowder IG story episode. Today, I'm going to teach you a dish that is savory and really delicious. So if you guys are familiar with the store Ikea, they are popular with their Swedish meatballs. And I found a way to create something very similar. And I want to share it with you. So first, we're going to start with our pasta. Now, you can use any kind of pasta. It could be penne or farfalle, but I use something that is quite unusual. So it's a different shape, and para when we serve it, it looks exciting, okay? We will also be needing our ground beef, allspice, nutmeg, onion powder, and garlic powder. Of course, also your salt and pepper. Panko breadcrumbs, and of course, your egg. Ito yung magbabind together ng ating meatballs. Okay. We will also be needing, of course, our butter. And just like my previous post, I always have my herbed butter ready inside my fridge. Why? Because it adds more flavor to your dish, alright? And then, to make the sauce, we will be needing some beef stock, cooking cream, Worcestershire sauce. That's basically it. Napakadali, napakasarap, simulan na natin. I have already my boiling water over here, and I'm just gonna drop in our pasta noodles. Now, what I always say, just follow what the packaging says when it comes to the cooking time, all right? So I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil, okay, and a little bit of salt, just a little lang, konting lang, okay. I have here my large bowl, and I am gonna add my ground beef. We will be needing our seasonings. And again, this is half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic, 1/4 of your allspice, and 1/4 of your nutmeg. So we add that all in there. Also, we will add some chopped fresh parsley. So I'll add about 2 tablespoons. Okay. And then our breadcrumbs. Now, I get a good Japanese breadcrumbs, all right? Again, it's all about really choosing the right and the good ingredients. Next is, of course, some pepper and our salt. We're gonna add that, and 1 egg. And then let the magic of your hands do the work. So you just combine it together, mash it all together, okay? And then we're gonna form this into small balls, okay? And since we are using half a kilo of ground beef, you can make about 25 small balls, all right? So I've mixed this well together. Now it's time to form our balls. Now, if you want them na pare-parehas ang size, it's best to use an ice cream scooper, all right? Okay, so our pasta is cooked, and Annalyn is actually helping me drain the water. So I have here my medium-sized pan and my olive oil. So make sure that before you add your meatballs, your pan is hot and your olive oil is already sizzling, okay? As you can see here, I'm already frying our meatballs. Now, one tip is never overcrowd your pan with your meatballs. If you have a small pan, you can always cook in batches, okay? My kitchen smells so good, and all my friends here, parang they can't wait to try my Swedish meatballs. Because you know what? When I taste tested this just the other day, talaga naman, pinigilan ko lang sarili ko, mapapakanin talaga kayo. Super sarap. So I'll give this another 5 minutes to brown all sides, and then we're gonna start making our sauce. So our meatballs are done. Now, I just had to brown all sides, but you don't have to really na parang talagang lutong-luto siya, because we will continue cooking our meatballs together with the sauce. Okay? Now, as you can see, my pan here, ang dami niyang oil from our ground beef. Now, we won't be needing that. But what I will do, because nakikita niyo yan, those bits and pieces of our ground beef, I want to keep that because that is added flavor. Alright? So, carefully, we will take out the oil. Alright? And then, using the same pan, now this is where all the magic begins. Again, I have my herb butter. So, I'm gonna use about 4 to 5 tablespoons of butter. Okay, we're gonna melt all our butter in low fire again because we don't want to burn the garlic and the herbs na nasa herb butter ko. Okay, and then we're gonna add around 3 tablespoons of flour. Okay, again, we are making a roux because yung sauce ng Swedish meatballs natin ay yung malapot. Okay, so we're gonna stir this, mix it well, make sure yung ating flour ay well incorporated with our butter. Guys, we are gonna start pouring our beef stock. So I'm gonna use about 2 cups of beef stock. And then stir that well. So I'm gonna use my whisk. Now it's time to add our 1 cup of cooking cream. Okay. Now, some recipes, they add sour cream. Pero, parang for me, baka masyado siyang maasim. So, I didn't add sour cream. But instead, I added a bit of Dijon mustard. As you can see here, my sauce started to thicken already. Now, one thing also to know, no, that's why you should always have your beef stock or your chicken stock ready at home. Because if let's say, kunyari, you're making a thick sauce and napasobra yung flour nyo or sobrang lapot, you will use now your stock to dilute your sauce. Now, never use water because what's gonna happen is lalabnaw siya, pero pati yung flavor mo babawas din. Diba? So what we're gonna do, like this one, I think this is too thick. I can add a little bit of stock, a little at a time. I think this is the consistency that we're looking for already. Yung ganito lang kalapot. Now, I'm gonna change my flame into low. And then, we're gonna start adding our Dijon mustard. So, just a teaspoon. Konti lang. Pampatanggal ng umay from all the cream. Okay? Just gonna mix that. And then, we're gonna add our Worcestershire sauce. So this will add color to your Swedish meatballs. Okay, and added flavor too as well. As you can see, di ba, parang cream lang tayo and beef stock. So yung Worcestershire natin will level up the flavor of your sauce. Okay, so we're gonna give this a good stir. Alright, and then we're gonna add our fresh parsley. Okay, so our sauce is now done. We're gonna start adding back our meatballs. Balik lang natin. And we're gonna let this simmer for about 5 more minutes until our meatballs are cooked through and ma-absorb din niya yung flavors from the sauce. Naku, napakasarap nito. And then I'm gonna start preparing our pasta, put it in bowls, and then kainan na. So guys, I have here my bowl of Swedish meatballs with pasta. So, tikman na natin. So, I'm gonna get a small piece. And then, of course, with our pasta noodles. And with that gooey sauce. Ang sarap. Kuha pa ako isa. It's really good. Oh my gosh. Just as how I remembered having that Swedish meatballs in Ikea. Ganito. And you know what? I think masarap din siya sa kanin. So magpakatotoo na tayo. We are Pinoys. We are rice lovers. This is very good with warm rice. So, guys, don't forget, make this at home. It is so easy. This is something new for your family. Hindi lang tayo parang meatballs in red tomato sauce, but this is meatballs in cream sauce. Alright? So, thank you so much. And again, I have a little surprise for you. This is something, sige nga, bigyan na rin ako ng konting hint. This is something about what you have been requesting me for. So, abangan nyo yan. And again, I hope to see you again next time here at Portia at Home.